Hey guys, so before we get started with today's vlog, we want to do something a little bit special because we know times are tough right now. So if you leave a like and a comment down below, we are going to pick a winner to PayPal $50 to. That's right, we're just going to send someone $50. We're going to start doing that in the vlogs regularly, so make sure you tune in. Now, on with the vlog. So, as you can see, we are not in the apartment this morning. We're actually in the car. It is the first time that we've left the house in about 30 days, other than dog walks. So, obviously, we've still had to take the little...
Where is she?
Oh, she's back there.
Beasley, say hello.
I don't know if you can see.
No, she's fast asleep.
We've still had to take her out for walks, but we haven't actually like driven the car or gone anywhere in a month. And
It's so nice to drive.
Oh, it's so nice to get out of the house and just see some sunshine. So we have a couple of little errands to run because we're running a bit low on like essential supplies. So we need to go to just the grocery shop basically.
We are also trying to figure out what our next kind of plan is with life, because we're going to be stuck here probably in Australia for a year. I don't think there's going to be any international travel for at least a year. That's what's coming out of all the tourism boards, and that's just the general consensus globally, because you can't open the borders in Australia unless every other country has also killed the virus, if that makes sense. Otherwise, we're just going to reinfect each other non-stop for the rest of our lives. So I get it, but it does mean that we need to make new plans. Typically during the winter months in Sydney, we go overseas and do far more travel in Europe, which is great. But our house, I'm not complaining about our apartment at all. It's a great apartment, but it only has 2 tiny skylights in the ceiling. And during the winter months, it gets dark. It's not conducive for vlogging in that location, unfortunately. So we're just trying to work out what we can do now that the markets are dropping quite drastically. We've seen places that are 20% cheaper than they were a month ago, and that might even go cheaper in the next month. So we're thinking now's a great time for us to move, find a new place, and actually kind of set ourselves up a bit better for the next year, so we can bring you guys good content and also still manage to run Slinky and work and things like that.
At the end of the day, we're now in a position where all of our business has to be run from our home. We used to have studios that we rented and office space and stuff like that, and now it's like everything that we do, from content creation to YouTube to Slinky, all that has to now be condensed into that one workspace, and we're starting to find that is very, very tricky in our current apartment.
It's just hard as well, because more so than ever, instead of getting stuff delivered to the office, we're now getting everything delivered at home. So when everything gets unpacked by 10 AM in the morning, the place is an absolute tip. But then to vlog, we have to tidy up real quick. So then that takes another hour or so. So then we're struggling with the vlogging, struggling with content creation, because we're trying to keep the place tidy and also run a full business, like kind of behind the scenes of what you see on the vlog. So it's all very complicated, but that's the plan.
So we're having a little look around to see what's out there, if there are some better situations for us, because we do think this might be like a 12-month type stint for us to not be really doing, realistically doing any international travel.
We will be exploring Australia a lot though. That's one thing we're definitely going to focus on.
Yeah. Which was kind of our plan anyway after the bushfires. Like Australian tourism was hit really hard. I don't know if you're from overseas, you might not remember this, but we literally went from like this crazy bushfire crisis straight into this pandemic. So Australian tourism has just been hit so hard, and I think given how beautiful the country is, we're just going to do a few series where we're exploring around.
So we've got the car, we can pretty much charge it anywhere we want to go now. There's a lot of empty Airbnbs and Australia needs the promotion, so I think it's a good thing to focus on. As soon as this is over, we're going to be out on the streets.
Yeah, it's still going to be a few months before I think we're even allowed to move around or have Airbnbs host us or anything like that, but that's kind of what we're planning. And I think a lot of people who work for themselves right now have to get a little bit creative and reinvent what their business does. I've seen so many restaurants offering like takeaway only now, or doing like really cool experiences. There's some restaurants that are even like sending out just the raw ingredients with the recipe so that you can cook the signature dish yourself and stuff. And to be quite honest, Kane and I have had to go to the drawing board a little bit and go, all right, what does our content look like for the year then? Because obviously, very much on YouTube, it's all been based, not all, but very much heavily based on travel and destinations. And now I think it's going to get a little bit more intimate, and our home life, I guess.
I like the idea of changing it up a little bit. I think that's always fun, keeps the channel fresh.
Yeah.
But going back to the food stuff, we would normally order Uber Eats, which is great. Like, it's just food comes ready-made and it's hot. But I love what local restaurants in Sydney are doing. I'm not sure if they're doing it where you are, but I love what the local restaurants in Sydney are doing, where you can order your favourite meal from your favourite restaurant, but they won't actually cook it for you. So they send you all the bits, which is also, it's double good because it means you can cook it when you want. But also, if you had any worry about, you know, contamination or anything, you're cooking it at your house. There is no one touching that food after you've prepared it. I think it's genius.
Yeah,
I think it's really good. I might actually do that tonight. Order from my favourite restaurant and cook it myself.
Are you gonna cook it or am I gonna cook it? Be honest.
Pia's gonna cook it from my favourite restaurant. So in the boot of our car, we have all of this stuff. There's like, underneath the actual boot, there's this new area, which I think a lot of cars don't normally have, where we store 40 litres of water and a power supply, which is kind of handy because then I can just do that. And then I pull this lid off and it's like water for the dog. So whenever we go out and walk the dog, I've always got some water.
Let's go get a drink.
Oh, there we go. It's got to be upside down. Mind your head. Don't put your head in it, Muesli.
Have a drink. Yeah. No, she's not interested.
You know what we haven't shown
What?
on the vlog yet? What's in my front trunk.
Oh. So Kane kind of clued on to the fact that there might be a big problem very early on, but he thought it was going to be like World War Z type thing. Like he thought we were going to have to like survive. So he's got some very interesting things in his front.
Let me show you. Come and have a look.
I think you went a little bit crazy, I'll be honest.
I'm not sure. So to put it in perspective, when I built this survival kit, I was looking at videos that are coming out of China and it looked horrifying. So I was like, there might be a situation where we have to leave Sydney, like the actual city itself. So I planned for everything.
He planned for camping and like full on doomsday prepping mode.
Yeah, so in January, when I found out about the coronavirus, we registered with the St John's ambulance. We became registered first aiders just in case we need to look after each other.
Yeah, we have life straws. These things are really cool because you can literally drink from pretty much any body of water, and it's like a little filtration system that makes the water healthy enough for you to drink.
Like legit, look, you can actually drink from like a pond.
Yeah, a pond or a lake or any contaminated water. Once it goes through there, you literally just use it like a straw, and then you've got, you know, basically endless drinking water as long as you've got some water somewhere nearby. So, good survival tip there.
I also have a tent, a full, like an actual tent, just in case. And then we have a solar panel, just in case we have to charge our phones.
We have goggles as personal protective equipment, and the most ridiculous masks.
Mega torch.
He got this, which is like it's like a pocket saw, so you can actually cut down some little trees and stuff with
If we
this.
might need to start a fire, you never know.
And in that same thought, he got this, which is a little flint, like a little fire starter.
And I also got like a Leatherman sort of multi-purpose thing, and then some head torches just in case, like, you know, we had to go hunting and foraging. So that's it. Possibly a little bit too much.
Well, I feel like now we need to just plan a camping trip. Like whenever we can travel again, I feel like you and me trying to camp, and like maybe we make it some sort of survival challenge.
Oh yeah, we do actually also have a first aid kit. Somewhere deep in here, I have a snake bite and a spider bite venom removal kit.
Yeah.
Just in case. I wasn't sure how crazy this was going to go. As it happens in Australia, we're kind of doing okay, but other countries probably would really welcome this kit.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We might end up just covering ourselves in like leaves and like dirt, living in the bushes.
If not, this
that'll be an interesting turn for the vlogs.
That's right. If we don't need this would just be a good vlog later on in the year when we do actually go camping.
Yeah.
So we live around about there. So we've just driven up to the park, and that's usually our local swimming pool. Well, Pia's anyway, not mine.
Yeah. Still trying to get him into it at some point.
I mean, I would be having swimming lessons now, you know that.
Oh sure, yeah. Now just something else got in the way.
Unfortunately, the coronavirus has meant that I have had to put the swimming lessons on hold for a moment.
It's convenient. Why is this almond milk blue?
A question I've just asked myself as well. Is it meant?
Yeah, it's meant to be blue. They call it blue almond milk.
This is from Solara. They make vegan, like, ready meals. and they arrived early this week. So there's like, this is a granola breakfast with almond milk, basically.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like goji berries and pecans and stuff like that, and some maple syrup.
Where?
On there, roasted with it.
Oh, nice.
And then blue almond milk. So what would be really cool is if we could get a solar panel to charge the car.
We did
But we tried to find it, and they're like the size of the car.
Well, and also we found one. We went to Kathmandu, which is like a camping shop here, and we found one solar panel charger that was powerful enough for the car. Firstly, it would have taken up nearly the entire boot when it was folded up, and secondly, it would have charged, what was it, 1 mile a day?
Yeah, yeah.
It would have taken a year, over a year and a half actually, to charge the car. So it would only have actually have kept like essential systems running in the car. It wouldn't have actually given us any extra range, so we didn't get that.
So what I don't understand is Elon Musk has made like solar panel roof tiles, right? Mm-hmm. Why is the roof of the Tesla not solar?
So firstly, curved solar panels are very inefficient.
Oh.
Both in production and in output.
Right.
And also, really for a solar panel to work well, it needs to face an optimal direction permanently.
Oh.
Some solar panels will rotate to face the sun,
right.
But there's actually no point in putting a solar panel on a car.
Which most people park in a garage.
Wherever you park it, the chances of you actually getting solid 100% input for any significant duration is very small. Like Polestar make a solar powered electric car, and it's a waste of time.
Really?
In reality, every street lamp needs to be turned into a charger, and like they're doing in the UK, and then it'd be fine.
Yeah, right. It looks like Australia has done a pretty decent job at starting to flatten the curve. It's starting to look like quite good news here. Now, obviously, they don't want to, rejoice in great news, because everyone would then totally disregard all the restrictions and immediately go back out living their normal life, and then probably sort of start a second wind, I guess.
It's in Singapore and China, they're seeing a second wave where everyone's got complacent, or everyone's been told it's okay to go out. So they're going out again, now the numbers have gone up again. So I don't actually know how they're going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to open it out.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. It's going to be a very interesting year.
I think once they've got it under control with the numbers, realistically, the Australian hospitals aren't currently overrun and everything. They can handle more cases than what we've currently got.
But it would take 2 weeks of stupidity.
Yeah, and
we could be in the same situation as America.
Yeah, that's right. So America obviously seems to be having a much tougher time with this, and I think that's largely because of the population density.
That's largely because of Donald Trump, I think.
But also the population density. Like here we've got so much space and so few people that it's much easier to contain something like this, whereas in like Europe and America, there's just such bigger populations in smaller spaces and really big cities, and so I think that's a lot trickier there. When everyone's just moving around, they're just coming in contact with so many people.
I know that we live in the city, so it's a bit skewed, obviously. But the average population density in Australia is 3 people per square kilometre.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, that's if you spread everyone out across Australia, it's 1 person every 300 metres.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. So, yeah, we have got it pretty good here. But don't want to speak too soon, because you never know.
At the end of the day, for your overall health, immunity and mental health, having some sunshine and some like vitamin D every day is pretty important. Like if you just stay inside in the shade all the time and you don't see any daylight, I think you're a lot more prone to like mood swings or a bit of a lower mood or even depression and things like that. So.
I've always said that to maintain a good, healthy mood, you've got to make sure you get your D daily.
If you didn't watch our last video, go and watch it, because we did something a little bit different. We did something really goofy and did 5-minute crafts, but I experimented on Kane. And it might be one of my most, like when I watch it, I am in fits of laughter. We had such a hilarious time filming it, and I think the people that watched it really, really liked it. But I saw that it got a bit less views, so if you guys just skipped over that, go watch it. It's freaking hilarious.
Well, I have a few other mobile phones at home that are just kind of connected to the internet, but I don't use them anymore, like old iPhones and stuff. And they didn't get the notification. So when we push the vlog live, normally everyone gets a push notification going, hey, new vlog, go check it out. And my phones didn't. So I don't know whether YouTube had an issue.
Mine didn't either.
I think YouTube sometimes has issues with notifications, so yeah, if you didn't see it, go check it out. It's actually probably my favourite video of the year, despite having no travel stuff in it as well. It's still I think it's a very funny video.
It's just so goofy. And the thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's totally different for our channel, but we've got to figure out what to shoot from home, right?
Alright, you join us a few hours later.
Yes, a fair few hours later, and we are about to sit down and record our podcast, which we do every weekend, and the podcast is actually called Wine Time, so normally we sit there and we kind of drink a bottle of wine, we discuss the events of the week beforehand. But annoyingly, we have run out of wine and we haven't figured out how to get any more, so I'm making us a Di Serono Sour, which is actually one of my favorite cocktails ever. So it's basically Di Serono, which if you've never tried it, is the most incredible liqueur, I guess that's what it is. It is so delicious, and you mix that with soda water and lemon. So if you want to check out the podcast, I will leave the link in the description down below. We did one last week as well, so if you want something to watch right away, that's already live. Link down below for you guys, and we will see you in the vlog tomorrow. Have a good night.